Bismillah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I'll be giving a tutorial on how to make a smart robot which will run on a map. But today we'll only be making the robot instead of coding it. Before we make it, I'll introduce you the parts first. This is a motor mount. It comes in two to place the tires in place. And this is the motor. It also comes into to operate the tires. And these are the rivets, which are used to pin down the parts of the robot. And we have the two tires to make our robot run. And this will be the cases. The thing we will put all of this on, and the entire robot. And oh wait, hold on. This would be the final one. This is the universal wheel, and this is the map which the robot will be operating on. To assemble it, let's first get the universal wheels and two rivets. You'll place it under here, and we get two rivets and separate them so we can pin them down in place. We put the universal wheel first, and we put these, which is the flowers of the rivets. Press it and put it into these holes in the universal wheels, between the universal wheels and the cases, just under the sensor. Use the second flowers to pin the universal down. It will still disconnect if we don't put the rivets down, just in the holes of the flowers. We put them both in. Nah, done. The second, we'll put down the motors. For the motors, don't forget to adjust the red cable and the black cable to their correct places. The red cable will be on the higher number. Do you see CP8 and CP7 on the cases? We'll put the red cable according to the place of the number. So the red will be on the 8th position. Place it down, and to mount this down, we'll get a motor mount, which is the blue one, and make sure you put these holes just near the golden, the look like golden, it's not really golden. Oh wait. Place it in. Like this. Then put them down and adjust it into position. Hold on. Just in this position, and get the rivets again. get the rivet and put it down just like what we did on the universal wheel. Put the rivet in. Now do it again with the other hole and put the rivet in, just in the flower. Now for the second motor, just like before, we put the cables according to the place, the red and the black cable. Also, the red cable is called the voltage cable, and the black one is called the ground cable. And then you put the motor just in here and mount it down with the motor mount. And put the rivet in. uh, put the rivet in. Put the flowers first in, and then you put the rivet in, the entire rivet in. There. And then the other flower. What? And then put the rivet in. And then for the final one is the brain, which I forgot to introduce, but this is the brain. Make sure you put this ones in, the one that has the color in, not the one with the code in it or the circuits in it. Make sure you put this in. If you put it upside down like this, you will break it, just like what my friend did. And then, so we put it in and push it in until you can't see the yellow parts anymore. For the final one, let's place in the tires. This is the inside of the tire, and this is the outside of the tire. You have to make sure that the outside of the tires is what you are seeing. It's just like this. And just push it in to assemble it. And this also, push it in. And this will be the robot. But if this will be the robot, and this is our remote, what we will be using to control the robot, and this is the battery, which will be powering the robot here. So place it in. Make sure you actually put the positive here, above here, and put the negative part on the spring. Put it in like this. Oh. like that. This will be the result of the robot, and if you put the cables in while wiggling it while wiggling it, you might break the metal parts inside of this part, which will absolutely break the robot. And don't shake the tires if you are assembling it or disassembling it. This also, the sensor of the casing is very sensitive also. If you manage to press it, it will probably break down and destroy all the circuits in here. And this will be another source of power, which will be our charging port. This you will use a micro USB to charge it. But you need to be careful with this. If your power is always constantly going down and going up, or the watt is going down and going up, you have to be consistent. So that, and to mention, this robot's parts is very sensitive, so don't manage to break it or just press it too hard. So that will be the Tinybit Robot, which is the name of this robot. And that will be to be finished my tutorial today. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.